Digital rights management is a term referring to various access control technologies that are used to restrict the usage of proprietary software, hardware, or content. DRM includes technologies that control the use, modification, and distribution of copyrighted works, as well as systems within devices that enforce these policies. The term is also sometimes referred to as copy protection, technical protection measures, copy prevention, or copy control, although the correctness of doing so is disputed. The use of digital rights management is not universally accepted. Proponents of DRM argue that it is necessary to prevent intellectual property from being copied freely, just as physical locks are needed to prevent personal property from being stolen, that it can help the copyright holder maintain artistic control, and that it can ensure continued revenue streams. Those opposed to DRM contend there is no evidence that DRM helps prevent copyright infringement, arguing instead that it serves only to inconvenience legitimate customers, and that DRM helps big business stifle innovation and competition. Furthermore, works can become permanently inaccessible if the DRM scheme changes or if the service is discontinued. DRM can also restrict users from exercising their legal rights under the copyright law, such as backing up copies of CDs or DVDs, lending materials out through a library, accessing works in the public domain, or using copyrighted materials for research and education under the Fair Use Doctrine, and under French law. The Electronic Frontier Foundation and the Free Software Foundation consider the use of DRM systems to be an anti-competitive practice. Worldwide, many laws have been created which criminalize the circumvention of DRM, communication about such circumvention, and the creation and distribution of tools used for such circumvention. Such laws are part of the Copyright Directive, the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, and DADVSI. Introduction. The advent of digital media and analog-to-digital conversion technologies has vastly increased the concerns of copyright-owning individuals and organizations. These concerns are particularly prevalent within the music and movie industries, because these sectors are partly or wholly dependent on the revenue generated from such works. While analog media inevitably loses quality with each copy generation, and in some cases even during normal use, digital media files may be duplicated an unlimited number of times with no degradation in the quality of subsequent copies. The advent of personal computers as household appliances has made it convenient for consumers to convert media originally in a physical, analog or broadcast form into a universal, digital form for portability or viewing later. This, combined with the Internet and popular file-sharing tools, has made unauthorized distribution of copies of copyrighted digital media much easier. DRM technologies enable content publishers to enforce their own access policies on content, such as restrictions on copying or viewing. These technologies have been criticized for restricting individuals from copying or using the content legally, such as by fair use. DRM is in common use by the entertainment industry. Many online music stores, such as Apple's iTunes Store, and e-book publishers and vendors, such as Overdrive, also use DRM, as do cable and satellite service operators, to prevent unauthorized use of content or services. However, Apple dropped DRM from all iTunes music files around 2009. In recent years, the industry expanded the usage of DRM to even traditional hardware products. Examples are Keurig's coffee makers, Philips light bulbs, and John Deere's tractors. For instance, tractor companies try to prevent the DIY repairing by the owning farmers under usage of DRM laws as DMCA. Common DRM techniques. Digital rights management techniques include restrictive licensing agreements. The access to digital materials, copyright and public domain is controlled. Some restrictive licenses are imposed on consumers as a condition of entering a website or when downloading software. Encryption, scrambling of expressive material and embedding of a tag. This technology is designed to control access and reproduction of information. This includes backup copies for personal use.